conscious. They are critical thinkers. They're very caring. They're diplomatic. They are rules-driven. They're very accurate. They're very precise. They're like a perfectionist. Okay? Very detail-oriented. The compliant person, at the end of the day, has the need to be right. They have the need to be right because they are. They're the ones that are doing all the research. They're the ones that go through all the spreadsheets. They run all the numbers. They're the ones that focus on the details, so they're right, and they need to be acknowledged for that. And they're very, very, again, very, very precise. Borderline anal retentive. Okay? Now, I gave this talk once before, and a high compliant person raised his hand and said, Carl, you have the wrong number, the wrong word to describe compliant types. We don't want to be right. We want to be correct. So I changed the word and I said, is that okay? They said, yeah, it's a better word anyway. It's a C word for compliant. You should have had it up there the first time. I'm like, okay, all right. So get used to these four expressions when you meet these four types. The dominant person wants a result, okay? So if you want to win a negotiation with a D person, so think about this. If you're in a family-run business and the founder is a D person and they never seem to listen to you, they need to hear these two words. You start every sentence with these two words. Get used to them. Here's what you say to a D person. You win. Now, let me tell you how wrong you are. Start off that's what they want to hear. It's a funny thing about needs. If you fulfill someone's need, they no longer need it. These people need to win, so just tell them they won. And they'll be like, ah, cool, I won. Oh, you want to tell me how wrong I am? Go ahead. I won, that's all I really cared about, so I won. Tell me how wrong I am. And they'll be more open-minded. Okay? Down here, it's fun. Now, influencer types don't handle a lot of detail very well, so you keep it really simple with them. This is their favorite word. You cannot say it enough. So just say it over and over again. This is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun. Oh my God. Wait till you look at that handbook. It's so much fun. Watch this blue ink. It's so much fun. Watch. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to write this down. F-U-N. What does it spell? Fun. And the eyes are like, yeah, go for that. Okay? So you start off with, it's fun. Down here, here's the process. Here's the process. So, how are we going to get the food here? Here's the process. Okay, and I want you to get used to this. Body language is very, very powerful, so I want you to get used to using this expression whenever you're around a high supportive type. So you don't need your pens for this. Right arm out, like so. And then you say, they want a process, so a process implies there's 3 or more steps. 1 step is not a process, 2 steps is a leap. We want process. So here's what you do. Arm out, and you go, here's the process. Get ready. Arm out. I'm not doing this by myself. I already know this. This is for you now. Arm out, and you say, so here's the process. We're going to bring the food in. We're going to lay it on the table. We'll eat later. So you always go like this when you do the process. And here's how you know that it works. When you describe the process, when you go like so, you'll know the high supportive type is with you because they will nod every time you move your hand. So you'll say, well, we're going to bring the food in. They'll go, huh? And then you'll say, we're going to lay it on the table. Uh-huh. And then we're going to eat at 8. Uh-huh. Right? And that's how you know they're with you because they'll be like, 2, 3. Okay, so I'll go help you get the food now. Because you explained the So here's the process. Introduction, lecture, food. And we'll throw another one in just for you that really like the process. We'll come back, more lecture. So here's the process. Safe and secure, they like structure. They like it to be a logical progression. It can't be like, well, I think we're going to get there, but we'll then have to run back out and get the food, and then we have to make sure everyone's even hungry. That's not a process. It has to be have a logical progression. But get used to this. And it's funny, if you we train people for public speaking, and when you make body motions in this zone of your body, especially this, 60% of the population resonates with this. So what I'm telling Bob is, I'm not even talking. If I just keep going like this, you will nod your head yes, and you will smile. That's all I have to do. Because body language is very important. So we joke about this, but if you are working with your employees or your staff, or you're in a board meeting, and you say, ladies and gentlemen, we have a challenging situation on our hands. We have to win a negotiation, or we have to win this contract. So here's what we need to do. We need to go in there, we need to propose our ideas, and we have to make sure that we are very strong and we don't give way when we receive an objection. And so when you're trying to convince a group of anything, just get used to that. Now, would you like some variations on the theme, if you don't like this one? Okay, so you will see me do this a lot. You know what I mean? So I will do this in place of that when I need to. Right? So I will talk at that pace so you can follow. See what I mean? So there's more to it than just, moving your hand. You pace it, use threes, and get used to that. Right? Very, very powerful when we're talking about influence. Now think about it. If you want to get more out of your employees, you want to be thought of more of as a leader and a better communicator. People say, I'm not sure what happened to that person, but they seem to communicate a lot better. I think I'm finally listening. Right? So if you get used to that, that speaks to the people that you're talking. That speaks to them on a deeper level than just, hey, we have to win this presentation, we have to get this contract, and don't screw it up. Right? It speaks a lot stronger that way. That's a supportive type. Get used to this when you speak to a compliant type. You are absolutely 1,000% correct. Now, let me tell you how wrong you are. You are absolutely right. You're so right. You are right on. Spot on. You are 1,000% correct. I don't know how you did it. You nailed it again. Absolutely right. I'm right. He told me. Now, let me tell you what we need to do about it. Now, let me tell you how off base you are. Now, let me tell you how your calculation may not be as appropriate as we need right now. But you have to give people what they need. These four types have this undying need. They spend all day trying to fulfill that need, and they won't listen to you. These ears do not even function until you say the words, you win, it's fun, here's the process, or you're absolutely right. Now, I wish you saw that one, because when I said you win, all the D's were like, fun, process, you're right. I can see it. I know who's D-I-S-C. So, and you can just see them move, right? So when you do, just get used